If I'm focused on the right things, the baby weight is not such a big issue, and it usually will come off with those proper focuses.
Help me, Mama!
Hi everybody, this is Emily for Help Me Mama. Today I'm going to be talking about what to do with that baby weight. I feel like I'm sort of on thin ice when I talk about it because it's so different for different women, but I've taken that into account, so don't get mad at me yet, okay? Before I begin, I wanted to talk about just a couple of reminders. If you have not yet subscribed, please do that. And if you like this video, please share it. The next one is I wanted to give you just an update on what's coming. I haven't been as consistent with my videos as I'd like to be. And if you're a mom, you know how that is. I try to do 1 to 2 videos a week. And I also want to know what you guys want to hear. I am doing my next James memorization song, and I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait. I wish I had better singing skills for you. It's going to be awesome. But if you have a request or if you're having a problem with something, I will give you my best whack at it, okay? And the last thing is, don't forget to check the links for our t-shirts. Mother's Day is coming up. If you need a hilarious Mother's Day gift, or we have other t-shirts too. So just check the links below, check out our t-shirts if you would like to buy one. So without further ado, let's get back to the baby weight. What do you do about it? It can be so frustrating, and it seems like, you know, you have your baby and you're like, I'm gonna be skinny again, yes! And then it takes so long, and of course, first of all, do not go shopping as soon as you have your baby. It is so discouraging. You think you're going to be so much cuter than you were. And like, yeah, you are not pregnant anymore. But, oh, I always do it. And then I always feel depressed afterwards. Why? Why do I do it? You're just so excited to get back into non-maternity clothes, right? So I'm just going to give you principles for the matter. That's it, okay? Number 1, do what works for you. Not everything is going to work for everybody. Also note, everybody says you're going to just automatically lose the weight nursing. Some women do, some women don't. I tend to lose weight while I nurse, and the more I nurse, the faster I lose weight. But my mom, on the other hand, said she retained all of the weight until she stopped nursing, and only then was she able to lose any weight. So that is normal too. Don't get discouraged if that happens to you. Just know it's going to be a waiting game. You know, if that seems to be something, if you're doing everything you feel like you possibly can, still not coming off, it might just be the nursing. And so once you start weaning, you might see those effects a little bit better. I've heard that from a lot of different women. So, do what works for you. It could be eating habits. It could be exercise. If you want to exercise with your baby, do that. Whatever gets you motivated. Don't do something that you hate because you won't stick with it, okay? So that's just what, and think about if I was ever skinny in the past, how did that happen? Or if I was ever skinnier, if I've ever had better habits, what were the motivating factors, things like that. Number 2 is have purposeful habits. I think one thing that is hard when you become a mom or when second, third baby comes around, everything in your life is constantly changing, and so the habits, like eating habits, working out habits, are also changing, and just the habits of your day. And sometimes, especially with postpartum depression, you can kind of get into a rut, not just with physicality things, but with your emotions and depression. When you're depressed, we tend to eat, we tend to not work out, and so there's a lot of things going on. So what I have to do, and this is kind of why I've become a scheduled person as a mom more so than ever before, I have to have purpose in my schedule. And if I have purpose in the things that I do throughout the day, I don't sit, and I never sit anymore. But I also don't snack. I used to be a big snacker in high school. If I was home, I would just be snacking. And that's a dangerous habit to get into. So if you have purposeful habits, if your day is full, and I would say if you have more than one kid, having a full day is just natural. That's just the way it is. But say you only have one baby and they're still sleeping a lot, You might have to create some purposeful habits so that you're not sitting there snacking, waiting for baby to wake up. It's so funny. It's a totally different world when you just have one baby, even if sometimes it's a really hard first baby. I think most of first babies are hard. But different world between one baby and like 3 little ones, you know? So purposeful habits, if you find yourself in these same little ruts, even like this could be a heart issue. Am I like, you know, at 10 o'clock in the morning when I could be going out for a walk or could be going to the gym, am I rather just sitting and wallowing in self-pity perhaps? But you have to be motivated. You have to have purpose in those things. You think, why am I going to do this? What is my purpose? And do it with joy. Try to do it with joy. I find that, and it's not so much as far, like for me, the purpose is not like to work out and be fit. If I am working toward those like main mommy goals, to teach my children about God and about the world and to help them grow in righteousness, like my day is packed. And so if I'm thinking about the right things, I'll be doing the right things just sort of naturally. We'll be eating good food. We'll be doing fun things. We'll be going on our walks and stuff like that. So have purposeful habits. And then the last thing is what I do. And I just want to say, I am not, let me just state the obvious. I am not a fitness model. I'm always about like, I would say 10, 15 pounds over optimal weight, but I do always get back down to my original weight. And that's why I feel like I'm able to say these things to you. So I'm gonna just tell you briefly what I do. This is what works for me. It is not gonna work for everybody. My sister is more of like a workout at the gym kind of gal. That would not work for me, and what I do probably, it's like not enough for her. So different things are gonna work differently for different people. So what I do is we have a small breakfast, and then 2 to 3 days of the week, I take my kids on a big, long walk, as big as I can handle for however pregnant or not pregnant I am. It depends on the weather too, but on our greatest days, we'll go out for like 2 hours. Now that does not mean I'm pushing my 100-pound stroller at full speed for 2 hours, because we have a creek nearby our house and I let the kids get out and walk. And it's exercise for them, it's exercise for me. When they want to stop and do something, I do my little leg lifts. I could bring weights if I wanted to, or I'd do some squats. I used to do lunges, but I don't do them properly, so they hurt my knees. But you could do some arm exercises. When we go on these walks, if I have a little baby, I put them in the backpack. And so when I'm doing my squats, I've got 10, 20 extra pounds on me all the time. And I have 2 babies, so I really am pushing sometimes a 100-pound stroller. And that is my workout. We go uphill a little bit, and that's basically my workout. And then we come home, we try to have a small healthy lunch. But the biggest deal for me is that I am not snacking throughout the day. We have our meals set. I do not snack because really it's not because I don't want to snack, but I don't buy snacks and I'm too busy for snacks. That's the only way. I cannot have them in the house. If I have cookies in the house, I will eat them all day. And if somebody gives me cookies, oh, I have a bad week. Because I cannot. It is really hard for me to help myself. So if you're like me, you don't have very much self-control with regard to the cookies or the snickety snacks, don't have them in the house. Give them away. So that is what I would say. But again, and I'm just gonna reiterate, what I do is not gonna be enough for some. It's gonna be too much for others. It might be a starter for you. And just try not to get discouraged. I also, an expectation meter, I really don't expect to lose the weight until like it took me 9 months to get all that weight on me. I really don't expect to be back at my weight until 9 months after the baby is born. If I'm not at the original weight at 9 months, not 3 months, not 6 months, I mean, I should be getting there along the way. I should see improvement. If I'm not seeing improvement, I up my walk time. But I don't expect to be back to normal until really 9 months. And I just take it easy because you are nursing. You do have a lot going on with the new baby. Try to keep it as low pressure, but try to see that little improvement over time. So that would be my encouragement to you. If you're focused on the right things, Really, that's what it is to me. If I'm focused on the right things, the baby weight is not such a big issue, and it usually will come off with those proper focuses. So I hope that's an encouragement and not a discouragement to you. There's a lot of like baggage that can come with baby weight and weight gain, and I don't want to be down on anybody. I want to say, like, don't be too hard on yourself. Do what you can, okay? You got a little baby. So anyways, this is Emily for Help Me Mama. If you like this, share, please subscribe, comment below for what you want the next video to be on. Don't forget our t-shirts, and thanks for watching.
Help me, Mama.